All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Megalo Season 2, Episode 5.
All
Chief's
right.
dead.
Yeah.
He's with his family.
Yeah. But his songs, his heart, his vision will carry on.
Yep.
And he's done a lot for these people, but Joe's time is time to move on.
Yeah, time to go back to being a nomad. And
Or
you
maybe
know,
to head back to where it all started and get some closure.
Yep. That would be wonderful.
Maybe he's done being a nomad. We'll see.
Sure. Yeah. I do hope though that the ED sticks around because
I
can see it changing, but I really don't want it to. It's such a good ED.
No, I don't think there's any reason for it to switch. EDs especially are one of those things where like
you want that somber feeling.
You definitely can have like the same feeling that carries like the core themes of it because if anything, the OP I could see maybe changing some visuals up a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
But other than that, like guys, I want to see older Sachio.
Yep.
I want to see Sachio who's gotten a bit of a chip on his shoulder and has dealt with some shit in this, these last like years and stuff and have him and Joe maybe scrap a bit even. Like,
sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe Aragaki,
Well,
he could come in a later episode.
Want Aragaki? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What do you mean maybe Aragaki? I would love Aragaki. I just want Sachio first. Like,
right, exactly. Sachio's the main important one. Yeah.
Yeah. But y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Hey!
All right.
Nice. Whoa, cool.
Awesome.
I love this theme song coming back. Oh, yeah! Oh, this is so sweet.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Nice. Run back into it. Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
今さら気にするのは虫が良すぎると思うがね。
何があったのか教えてくれるだけでいいんだ。あんたに迷惑はかけない。
迷惑？お前さん、なんか思い違いしてるようだな。流されたんだ。何もかも。台風で川が氾濫してな。死人も怪我人も出なかったのが不幸中の幸いさ。
Yeah, it's one of them.
おいちょ、すまなかった。みんなは他の子供たちは
Ignoring him. Wow. Jeez.
最初はあいつはどうしてる
Stopped at Sachio though. Shit. Okay. Well.
All right.
Okay.
リンパ節への転移もあり、切除は難しい状態です。
Cancer?
今後の治療方針
Seems
な
like.
んですが、
Yeah.
ご家族の方は
俺たちがそうです。
Oh.
最善を尽くしま
Oh.
した。南部さんの体力が持ちこたえられるのは
Gotcha.
長くてあと半年です。
So they were all aware
最
that.
新治療を受ければ、それ以上の延命も可能かもし
Damn
れ
it.
ません。
So he has to fight
本
for.
人は残された時間を穏やかにご家族と過ごしたいと
Gotcha.
望んでおられます。
ニュースでやってたぜ。ユーリの愛弟子がおめえと勝負
I
し
see.
て。
And then this all lines up
確か
perfectly.
なんて言ったっけああ、そうだ。なじゃあ、オファーは来てんだろ。
Okay, so that's Edison. Yeah. It's the exhibition match, yeah.
リングから1年以上離れてるジョーを引っ張り出してね。
公式戦じゃなくても、ガチンコなら受けて
Yeah, he's encouraging him. He's like, yeah,
Okay.
go take
メ
it.
ガロボックスの世界に戻ってきたユーリへのご祝儀だと思ってよ。
あいつと試合ができたんだ。もうリングに未練はねえよ。
What a fight that was. Yeah. Oh.
楽しかったよな。帰らざる日々だ。
I love how positive you can see he's being.
Yep.
少しばかりの時間稼ぎのために残りの人生を費やすのは
He wants to go and be his in his corner in the ring, even though he's
何が一番
even though he's dying.
言うまでもね。そうだろ。
All right, all right.
ただいま。
I like that we're focusing on the backstory so much while he's in the wandering stage right now. You know,
Yeah, I like that too.
it's like he's wandering through the past as well.
Right.
サチオ
And that way we really know the stakes when
あ
he
んまり
finds
無
him
理すんな
again.
よ
おっちゃんも同じこと言ってた。
Oh,
病院で面倒を見てくれんだから毎日来なくていいって。だから言ってやったんだ。
yeah, you
俺
go
の意思で来たん
Sachio.
だから指図は受けねえって。
Right.
そしたらうるさいからさっさと帰れとか言ってたけど。
頼むおっさん
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we need you to fight with me one more time. Yeah, yeah.
穏やかには死なせちゃくれねえってわけか。
And yet he smiles. Yeah.
Yep.
おめえと出会ったのが俺の運の尽きだ。
Whoa.
Shit. Yeah.
誰だ
Yeah, who do you think?
Yeah. There he is. Yeah. Oh,
ここは俺たちの家だ。
oh his voice.
入んじゃね
Yeah, those aren't kids' punches anymore.
Yeah. Oh my god. Here we go. Here we go. This is what I wanted.
すまなかったサチオ
Oh.
Okay.
How about he patched him up? Yeah, yeah,
お前が帰ってき
yeah.
て
Yes!
ぶん殴ってやろうと思ったどうやら先客がいたようだ
Yes!
荒垣
Ah.
Okay. Okay.
サチオはあいつは今どこにいる
俺はあいつに頼まれてメガロボックスを教え
Yeah.
た
Ah.
向いてないことはすぐに分かったがあいつの目を見たら止めることはできなかった 半年が過ぎた頃住むところが見つかったって言ってここから出て行ったあい
Wow.
つが地下のリングに立っているのを知ったのはそのすぐ後だった
Jeez.
そろそろ出番だ
Oh.
お前がどうして帰ってくる気になったのか正直俺はどうだっていいだがお前がいてくれたらと思うことは何度もあったよあいつらはそれを自分の力で乗り越えてきた
But still.
誰もお前を必要として
Oh, wow. Back
お前の
here.
場所もない
Oh my god. We're back to the start almost. Jeez. Oh wow, and this is the
Yeah.
this is the mob guy. Fujimaki. Yeah,
あんな戦い方じゃすぐにジャンクボクサーだ
Let me train you.
近づくな。何しに戻ったか知らねえが、用が済んだらとっとと町から出ていけ。俺たちの前に二度と顔を出すな。夢を見させる奴が死ねばよかったんだ。
yeah. Oh, that's a line. Oh shit, that's a line.
大金稼いでおっさんに最新の治療を受けさせる
けど、医者も言ってたじゃねえか。先延ばしはできても完治はしないって。それにおっちゃんはもう十分戦って。
わからねえだろ
Oh.
けどな少しでもおっさんの命が伸びれば希望が見えてくるんだ
そりゃ俺だって信じたいよ。だけど、
俺たちはそうやって叶いっこねえ夢を実現させてきたじゃねえか。そうだろサチオ。俺がこの試合に勝てばおっさんは絶対元気になって戻ってくる。
本当？
ああ。
Oh no.
頑張れジョー、負けるな。
何やってんだ。
Oh.
おまじないだよ。取れたらまたつけてやっからさ。
That's not Sachio, but or it is Sachio. Wait, the voice is different.
Yeah, voice sounded different.
Yeah, it's weird.
なんでおっちゃんのとこに来ねえんだよ。
分かってんだろ。試合が近いんだ。
試合なんかどうだっていい。おっちゃんに必要なのはジョーなんだ。ちょっとでもいいから一緒にいてやってくれよ。なあジョー。
Oh, they're gonna hear this. Yeah.
いい加減にしろ。俺はおっさんと戦う約束をしたんだ。言ったろ。ファイトマネーがあれば救えるかもしれねえって。一日でもおっさんの命が伸びれば希望だって。
わかんねえよ。今日ならどうする。その命が明日なら。
Yeah.
どうすんだよ。
Yeah. Joe's
Right.
running. Yep, that's why he's
死ぬ
running
ことば
from.
っかり考えるな。お前疲れてんだよ。
あんたこそ
Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly. Here it is.
おっちゃんのそばにいることだろ。家族で一緒に過ごすことだろ。ジョーはリングに逃げてるだけじゃねえか。
Yep.
もうチームじゃね
終わりだ。
Before he died.
Yep. Ah.
全部終わったことだから。
Well. All right. Well, we get the reunion. We get the full backstory.
Yep.
They didn't show us really too much of the fight because we already know kind of how it goes.
Right.
But I guess we don't know.
I'm guessing it's something where Nanbu dies before the fight, and that also throws
Well,
Joe
no, he
off.
was there at the fight.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that it doesn't necessarily matter when he dies according to this backstory because at the point when the fight goes, south, Joe I think just leaves. I think he just abandons the whole thing then. All right, well, he's back.
Yep.
He's seen Sachio and Aragaki. Sachio beat the shit out of him because he's a
Did indeed.
Megalo boxer now.
Yep.
He's not a good one, but
No.
Joe took that beating and
Yeah.
yeah, and this is a really good slow way to build things back up here, but we also rather quickly got to see everybody in a way.
Faster than I expected.
A lot faster than I expected too. But given that this is a like just a new season here, or a short, a little 13 episode season or what have you, or even 11 episodes or something like that. I don't remember what the total is, but we need to get through this stuff rather quickly.
Yep.
But the fact that they're still taking so much time with having the resolution of the relationships and the emotional conflict, like we haven't solved anything here. We haven't
Yeah.
resolved a single thing here.
Right, we've just started to open up the wound, basically.
Exactly.
I love that we
exactly.
got the backstory, a lot of the backstory, even if it's not necessarily all of it.
Yeah.
In this episode, though, because that's
It tied a whole lot of things together.
yeah, because we've seen a lot of stuff with
Bits and pieces.
bits and pieces, sort of interspersed throughout. But since we're now going to be actually addressing it, because given how this episode went, and that there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be gotten into with the characters and everything, and resolving the past and the present and everything, I could see it very much being something where, we had the first part, which is Joe getting ready to get to the point where he can face his past.
Yep.
Then the middle part could be the actual facing of the past, and then the third part of the season could basically be the
resolution.
the resolution. What do we do now, right? Doing, looking towards the future, basically.
So having then this bit be focused on Sachio really seeing how much he's grown, but also being the difference of where he is now versus the things we don't really know fully about where Sachio and Joe left things off with regards to Nanbu in the past. So, a couple things clarified here. through this past a bit here. Nanbu had cancer, some kind of terminal illness of some kind that there was no real way that he was going to come back from this. So it was not something where the fights or the training or any kind of intensity or stuff like that killed Nanbu.
Nope.
Nanbu was taken out by just old age and the failings of his body. Okay. 2, though, the emotional conflict is not about really whether or not Joe had some fight that Nanbu trained with him for.
Right.
It's about the fact that Joe ran away from spending time with Nanbu when Nanbu needed him the most.
Yep.
And thus Sachio had to do all that for him, but could still tell that he wasn't really enough for Nanbu even in those moments because he still looked so lonely and yeah.
And one of the things that I love about this is that Joe's decision to do the fight, right? To buy Nanbu a bit more time, right?
Yeah.
It's that whole fine line between trying to fight against rage against the dying of the light.
Denial or acceptance.
Right, denial versus acceptance, right?
Yeah.
And when is one functional versus dysfunctional, right? Because you could say that a lot of these sort of anime protagonists and heroes are kind of dysfunctional in their denial of reality, but the mad bastards just so happen to be able to somehow turn it around,
push through,
right,
the
exactly,
impossible miracle, pulled off.
But
we can do it again.
And the thing is that normally I would be all for this kind of like hell yeah, try and save Nanbu. But the thing is, it wasn't actually to save Nanbu. It was to give him a bit more time. He's going to die anyway. He had said that he wanted to spend, time with, his family, right? And Joe, not only did you...
kind of denying him that.
He was kind of denying him that, but then also, when Sachio brought up his concerns, you kind of spat in his face.
Yeah.
And even worse, it was something where Nanbu also kind of spat in Sachio's face a bit.
A bit, yeah.
Right? And how does Sachio deal with that, right? Because when people are dying, right? It's not all crystal clear. Now I know what's really important or whatever. It can get all kinds of messy, right?
Yep.
The thing, I can't remember which kid it was that said it, but where Nanbu didn't even recognize them when they went there. It's like that. You're already about to lose someone that you care about so much. And then you have to come to terms with the fact that, oh, wait, you may have already lost them.
Right.
Except it's not as simple as you've already lost them and now you don't get to see them anymore, right? You still have that reminder of, oh, no, they're here, their body's here, but they don't, don't know me. Right?
Yeah.
That'd fuck up about just about anybody. But when it's a kid, like, it's a whole other story. Yeah. So, yeah. And then in the middle of that, Nanbu died. Sachio was alone.
Joe either left or did something. But the thing is that what we have left here is that Joe went and did the fight. Right. And I incorrectly assumed that Nanbu was there at the fight. There's no direct evidence that he's actually there at the fight. We see Aragaki and we see, I think, Oicho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I assumed that Nanbu would be training him, which is like, no, he has cancer. He's staying in bed. Like,
he's definitely not. Yeah. Aragaki was training him. Aragaki was in his corner.
Yeah.
But the idea that it almost works even better this way, because then it's the thing of where Nanbu was so ill, he probably couldn't even make it to the fight.
Yeah, right.
And even if maybe there's something of where Nanbu got up out of the bed and went to go watch the fight, the idea that maybe what did happen is that he was watching the fight on the television, in like the hospital bed or something like that, and then as he sees him like going out, and like he can't like Joe's not getting up, then he passes away or something.
Yeah.
And it's that thing of where, hey, at least you tried, kid, or something like that.
Right.
And then maybe, Sachio being there for that, potentially. He has to wrestle with all that emotion and stuff.
Right, because originally I thought that it was going to be something where Joe, like, Nanbu died, and then that threw Joe off his game, and then he lost the fight because of that. But if it's something where Joe loses the fight, and there was no like external circumstances, I guess, being worried about very close friend / father figure dying, that would
Right.
definitely throw you off your game, I
Oh,
suppose.
totally.
You know, but
Totally.
But then Sachio has this whole thing of, so
What
not
was the
only
point?
what was the point? Yeah, you really were
exactly.
running away, right? Like
Yeah.
like
you had no chance.
right.
Like, anyone,
so why didn't you just accept it? You know.
Right. In some ways, this is the thing that I really want to have happen here, because they make multiple points over and over again that Joe has been out of the ring for a while, meaning that this is kind of a Rocky 2 situation where he's off his game. He doesn't really believe in himself, but also he achieved the impossible miracle, so he's like, well, then of course I can do it again.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the game's changed. You changed the game. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So now, you coming back doesn't necessarily just mean, oh, I can just win again. You're also facing Yuri in a lot of ways, because Yuri's going to be training Edison and being like, no, I'll tell you how to beat him.
Right. Yeah. And that. Yeah.
Like
you're fighting someone who's being trained by someone who faced you, right?
And
So-
you beat him.
and you beat him,
But
but
still-
they'll know your moves. But
Yeah.
two, the person that you fought against back then has decided, I'm out of the ring,
Yeah.
and I can't remember if Yuri got semi-permanently injured.
Oh,
like-
he got fucked up
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah.
removing his gear.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
he
I want to say he might have even been put in a wheelchair after that. I can't remember, because there was just the one scene after.
I'm trying to remember, but
At the end of season
it's
one. It was a
definitely a
long
thing
time
where
ago,
it
but-
wasn't a permanent situation as far as I know, but it was a thing of where he'll probably never be able to Megalo box
Right.
again, because you can't just put it all back in again.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's cybernetically installed.
Yeah. Like he was a cyborg that had it
Right.
all engrafted in and stuff. So
And granted, that's a more extreme case, but Joe, he decided there's no way I'm fighting in this.
Right,
I'm just teaching the new generation. Cool, awesome. And the bit that we got with them opening the gym and everything at the beginning of the episode, that was so sweet and so wonderful. And then also just a bucket of cold water when then
Yeah.
it cuts to yes, and it's all destroyed.
Yeah. The way they end the episode with him frantically
Trying to dig
digging
up the
to
Team
dig up
Nowhere.
the Team Nowhere sign, basically made me think that this was his moment of realizing, no, please, I can't be alone in this right now.
Yeah.
I need something to remind me of this. So he's just frantically trying to grasp a hold of this, and it's a
Right.
dead relic, basically, of the past that's no longer there. I would love for them to go even more in depth into the pain of this loss, because when the kids were shown at the dinner table thing where they were all eating together, there were so many aspects about the scene that I really liked from the Sachio Joe perspective. But there was this other aspect of where there was the three kids that were kind of like the more main kids, who they had a little mention bit with the guy who was Hachu, the guy.
Yeah, the one who opened the restaurant, or
No, the one that basically had the convenience shop and stuff like that.
Oh,
And had
yeah,
kids
yeah.
as his apprentice.
Right.
He was basically saying, "Hey, look, they've gone and done shit and stuff like that." So I really liked how they were like, "Hey, we have some concerns, I don't think this is
Yep.
going to go well." And Joe just completely ignored them. Just completely ignored them. But he used a line that he had been regurgitating about we'll give him more time, and we need Pops to give us hope, basically. And it's just like, wait, whoa. Dude,
yeah,
they don't seem to be saying that. That seems to be a you thing, Joe.
right. You're making the kids need to basically be the grown-ups in this situation
Yeah.
where their father figure is dying.
Yeah. It just it just hurts, because you can tell in some ways that the kids have kind of accepted it.
Yeah.
Just kind of. Not really, but they've kind of
It's going to destroy them, but at the same time,
they're bracing themselves,
Yeah.
basically. And in some ways it feels like Joe's running away is the thematic springboard for which we have season 2.
right.
He continues to run,
And he just
runs
runs
into
harder,
all these
faster,
things.
deeper, yeah.
Exactly. And thus Chief was the wake-up call of,
Right.
hey, are you just going to keep running your whole life? You don't have to.
You keep boxing like that, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
hold on.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really loved the bit with Aragaki also being like, "Oh, I was coming here to kick your ass, but it seems like someone already beat me to it." And I'm just like,
darn.
that's really good, because then doubly so in the fight, he gets his ass beat, you know,
Right.
with Edison. But also the idea that, Aragaki, who is probably the one person that has the most, you know, season 1 reason to beat Joe's ass, because he's like,
oh yeah, he hated Joe from the word go,
from
like,
the beginning. So
yeah.
it's like, in some ways, the fact that Aragaki kind of spares him and just kind of goes, yeah, like they needed you, like
Right.
this you fucked up basically, and doesn't really lay into him that much more. There's almost this maturity about Aragaki that I really want Joe to lean on here, because Aragaki is not Chief. He's not.
No, definitely not.
Like
Yep.
he's not going to be that person
Right.
to you.
Even when he was in Joe's corner, he said, "I'm just doing this because Nanbu wanted me to."
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like, and it's funny too because Aragaki telling Joe like, "Hey, you fucked up." Well, someone that has issues with feeling abandoned, you know, by father figures and stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if Aragaki maybe knows better than anyone
Yep.
what these kids are going through.
Yeah.
I could be
and
wrong.
maybe a way to help you too, Joe.
Uh-huh.
That's why I think he's not Chief, but there's an aspect of who he is that is perfectly set up to help Joe here if Joe will basically throw himself at his feet and basically say, please,
Yeah.
I need you. And I am ready for it. I am here for it. I am going to patiently waiting for something like this to happen. But at the very least, Joe's rock bottom it's not that he can hit rock bottom any more than he already has, really. Like he's been basically on a death wish, like ready to die, like for the last, you know, years and stuff. But what he's trying to do is climb back up, and
Right.
it's a hard rock surface, and
Yeah.
he's breaking his fingernails on the way up. And
Exactly.
he's falling back down, and it
Yep.
hurts. Even though he might have gotten a little bit comfortable at the bottom, this
Right.
is the climb.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that they had that whole thing of him focusing on the sign, but then also scrambling to frantically try and dig it back up with his, bare hands, because okay, yeah, you're hanging out with Chief, right? And it's great. Chief's super understanding and patient and awesome. You have your dark night of the soul and everything, right? And you get tea afterwards and all that stuff. You've got a roof over your head to just, face your inner demons.
Yep.
Cool. But it's not as simple as that, right? It's not all done once you do that, right? You go back to face them, and yeah, they will kick the shit out of you. Both, Sachio physically, but also just, being reminded of, oh yeah, this is what I was running away from. There's a reason I did this. There's a reason I ran away that hard. Okay. You're in for the fight of your life. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. All this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.